Hey guys, welcome to Colorado, where I have a tree problem. A really big tree problem. While I was out exploring, this giant tree fell over. And you can see my pickup truck back there, and I can't get it out because of this giant tree. But it's kind of a bigger issue than just chopping the tree up, because this giant root ball, which is huge, has that big boulder in it. If I let that fall, it is going to block my little stream, and it'll block the culvert that goes under this little road right here. And I don't want it to block the stream, so I have been brainstorming what to do about the root ball portion of the tree. And I think it's gonna come down to me with a pickaxe picking out as much of the dirt as I can before I get this tree fully chopped up, and so that the root ball doesn't drop a bunch of dirt and rocks into my little stream. I guess these aren't the issues that every homeowner has to deal with, but this is an issue I have to deal with. And I don't, fortunately, have to cut this whole tree up myself. I do have a neighbor who's gonna come help me cut it up in exchange for some firewood, but I gotta get a lot of those branches off so I can get the truck out, because it's got to go to the shop. And I can't get it out right now. And if you're new to the channel and wondering who I am and what's going on here, I'm Katie, that's Tuck. This is my giant tree that I have to deal with today. But yeah, let's get back to cutting. Unfortunately, because there are really large boulders on the other side of this tree, I have to stand on this side to cut the branches on this side, and I'd rather stand on the opposite side, but we got big boulders. I've got all the branches off that will pose a problem for getting the truck out. Now I gotta haul them away. To where, I don't know. I am rather sad about this tree. It was one of my favorite trees. It took me more than a few seconds to realize I have this truck that I can throw the branches into. But we've got to get that truck started. She's been sitting here in the woods for the better part of 2 years. Oh, come on. My hood latch is really sticky, and every time I open the hood, I think it's gonna break. I probably should get that fixed. Where's my battery parts? Okay, here we go. Okay, there's not much room back here. It's pretty snug. It always makes me a little when I have to hook up my battery, because I've had them before. Makes me a little uncomfortable. Just black. Yep, just like that. It's on there good. Check the oil. All right, that's probably going to be really hard to see in the camera, but the oil is very low. And let's see what's going on with the transmission fluid. That's good normal transmission fluid color. And we've got plenty. And a ton of leaves. I'll have to clean those up, but not right now. Well, I was pretty sure that I had an oil leak, and now I'm really sure. So we're gonna get a bunch of oil and fill it up, and then hopefully can drive it out of here. Oil has been obtained. It's like dry as a bone. That's awesome. On a positive note, the Jeep has been sitting here for 2 years and not being driven. So it's just leaked out as it's been sitting here. So I haven't driven it with 0 oil. Let's see if I can do this without spilling oil everywhere. Yep, a little bit of oil. I got more than I needed because I figure I'm gonna have to fill it up some more before I get it to the repair shop. While the oil is settling into the engine, I'm gonna just move the branches. I'm just gonna toss them on the other side of the tree, and I think that'll do the trick for now. Heck, I could probably just run over them. Actually, we're gonna kind of pile them right there. That gets them out of the way. And it's good enough. I think that should do it. I can't get rid of all the branches because they're still attached because they're under tension, and I won't be able to cut them until I get more of the log chopped, but we'll just run over them. You are discombobulated here. Okay, hop in. Good boy. Let me unhook ya. Yeah, there's a lot more room in here than the Jeep, isn't there? You fit. And then some. Moment of truth. So, yay. Start it up. I'm gonna try to move it out of here. We'll see how that goes. All right. Crunching over some branches, and that's a-okay. I think I need to get closer to this tree stump, like as close as I can, and not run into the tree back there. But I think it'll fit. I think. The trick is going to be getting as close to that tree stump as I can get. We're pretty close. I think we're going to knock some of this off. If it'll go. Yeah. Whoa. I need to angle more that way, so I'm going to try to do that. I totally didn't get that on camera. I had this camera running, or so I thought. But we made it past the fallen tree and the other fallen tree. Let's check the oil again. I overfilled it a bit. It's not a huge deal that I overfilled it. I will drain a little out before I take it into the shop, but it's got to go into the shop, which is kind of a pain in the butt because what I was planning to do is use the truck as my daily driver and park the Jeep so that I could do some rebuilding of the Jeep setup. But that's going to be put on hold for a little bit. You may be seeing a fair amount of car-related nonsense in the next number of videos. Sorry, guys. That's what I got to film right now, car stuff. I wanted to film this video to kind of tell you a little bit about the future of the channel. One, yeah, I'm going to be redoing the Jeep, and 2, I'm going to be redoing my cabin. And Tuck is already on his way down to the cabin. It's a little treacherous walking down here, so one of the things that I will be redoing is, or making, is some steps down to the cabin. But there is my little cabin. There's a lot of junk around it and in it right now. This little bitty creek runs just in front of the cabin. And actually it's a little concerning that the creek is so low right now. I mean, it's not a big creek, but it should have a lot more water in it at this time of year. Trying to find an angle where I can get the whole thing in. This is my little cabin in the woods. It's a wicked cool little cabin, but it needs a lot of work. You may be wondering what the deal is with this cabin and how I got it. And it was cheap. I bought it when real estate was really cheap. And I had original intentions of turning it into like an art studio or just a little she shed kind of thing. And then I had thoughts of maybe I would live in it and rent my house out. But I ended up renting the cabin out. And now we're back to I'm going to live in the cabin and rent my house out. And that way I can save up more money. And it's very rustic. And it was very rustic for the gal that I had living in here. And she had water in summertime and not in wintertime. And it has electricity, but the electricity has some issues. So there's a lot of stuff to work on. And it's been neglected. I've had this for 15 years or something like that. And I've neglected it. So let's let's go see what's going on in there right now. There's still some stuff. That's the carbon monoxide detector. Where is that? There it goes. We don't need the carbon monoxide detector right at the moment. There's still a lot of stuff in here from the gal who was renting it, and some stuff from some uninvited guests. All right, this is the bathroom. And the reason that it's covered in pine cone stuff is because of squirrels. I'll give you an overview of the bathroom and then we'll carry on. So it does have a toilet, but it's not actually connected to a sewer system. It's connected to a gray water tank. So you can't poop in the toilet. You can urinate in it, but you cannot poop in it. So my plan is to remove the toilet totally and just put in a composting toilet. We've got a shower that needs a lot of cleaning up and probably new tile. And you can see all the spray foam that was intended to keep the cold and the squirrels out. But I'm not sure it worked that well for either of those purposes. And you've got a nice little window out the bathroom. The cabin does have water, but it freezes in the winter. And so we are going to have to kind of find a solution to that. This is the main room of the cabin, and it has a little loft up there that I will show you guys. And this is the door to the porch. Yeah, a lot of stuff out here. I will need to be replacing all of these porch boards because they, well, one, they should be 2x10s or 2x8s or 2x something, and they're not. They are 1x somethings, and that's not adequate. And they're kind of bouncy. But we have this little lovely porch that looks out into some pine trees and an aspen grove. And the gal who was living here put up chicken wire all around on the porch to keep her cats in so that they wouldn't go wandering. But I will be taking down all of this chicken wire, and I will be putting a real railing on this porch. Because behind the chicken wire, you can see the actual railing that came with it is literally just a rope all the way around. And it's kind of cool. We've got this pretty high-pitched ceiling over the porch and various random metal stuff around. I think this thing was probably used for logging. I can't believe it's never fallen down, actually. But it's this cool old rusty hand-forged chain. It is very pleasant to be out here on the little deck. And I am imagining putting some hanging chairs up here. And you can just swing on your deck or maybe a hammock. I think I will like that. This is a tiny cabin. It is about 144 square feet. So it's tiny. One of the things I want to fix or change is basically none of the windows actually open. I want to be able to open windows. So we're gonna work on that. This cabin was handmade, obviously, but needs a fair amount of work. It needs my front step completely rebuilt because that is rotting away. And I really, really, really need to evict the squirrels. This is a little utility closet. I don't have the electricity turned on right now, so you're not going to see much, but the ceiling above us in the utility closet is where the squirrels can get in and have been stashing their nuts. I'm going to have to gut the ceiling in here. And then you can see that there is a water heater in here, and that has got to go. That is a 240 volt water heater. And if you want to heat your water, you have to shut off all the rest of the electricity in the cabin. And I'm going to set up something simple with propane to heat water in here. When my little tenant originally moved into the cabin, I had this IKEA sink thing installed, which I think has actually worked pretty good. It's not the most attractive thing in the world, but I think it works. I think this is the only window that actually opens. Oh, except for she's shoved paper towels all in there to block the drafts. This is the cabin's wood stove, which works really good. And I had that installed professionally, so I know that it's safe. So one of the downsides of this old cabin is these walls are all rough cut. Probably Douglas fir, but dog hair sticks in that wood, and there's gaps in between the planks where spiders can live. I don't have a solution for that just yet, but we're going to work on it. What do you think? Yeah, this place is really interesting. And then we have the loft, which does pose a little bit of a problem because ideally you want to sleep in the loft, but I haven't solved the problem of how to get tuck up into the loft and down from the loft. I've got some ideas, but I haven't solved that problem yet. The immediate solution for getting upstairs is this ladder, which if you watched my Mexico videos, this cabin and this ladder are almost exactly the same as the cabin that I stayed in near Constitution National Park. They're very similar, and this is probably the same type of wood, same type of construction, but my stair treads are actually parallel to the floor. This is the loft. And I can actually stand up in here in the center, which is nice. And then looking down from the loft into the living area, and then the kitchen is underneath the loft. And the tuck is down there, but how to get him up here? Because he ain't gonna climb the ladder. As I'm sitting here in the loft, I'm making a mental list of all the things I need to fix in the cabin. But the biggest thing is making it livable in wintertime and having water in wintertime. I am going to add a diesel heater. I had some little electric heaters. They didn't work for anything. So I'm going to add a diesel heater to the cabin. And I got to think on the water thing. I can get water to the cabin all year long, but the main pipes are outside of the cabin. I'll show you guys. I also need a real lock for the front door. We've been using one of these and it's a big pain. Let me show you underneath the cabin. We're underneath the porch right now and no insulation needed there. But I need to like heavily insulate the rest of this. And I had tried doing fiberglass and that didn't work for anything. And this is where the water comes from a well. And I'm gonna like build a box around that and super insulate it. But we have a ton of exposed plumbing under here, and that's gotta all go up into the cabin. Except for the drain pipes. The drain pipes can stay where they are. And I will hopefully remember to pour like RV antifreeze down them now and again in the wintertime. I guess we should talk a little bit about the roof of the cabin. The roof is just these crazy sheets of metal. The guy who built it just salvaged that metal from like old construction projects. And it needs to be replaced. It needs to be replaced with a real metal roof. That I'm not going to do myself. That roof is really steep. And I will have to save up some cash to have somebody replace that. And I'll have to be replacing some of these fascia boards because they have gotten water damaged over the years. And probably put some wood protectant all on the outside because it needs it. Another issue that the cabin has is that it's sitting on a slope. And so all of this debris has washed up against the cabin. And there's debris building up on the piers that the cabin is sitting on. So I've got to do some grading work and get all that dirt away from the cabin and hopefully make some sort of plan, maybe some sort of retaining wall right here to help prevent future debris from coming into the cabin. What do you think, Tuck? You want to go back in again? I know you do. Every video is not going to be about the cabin, but you are going to see it now and again as I'm working on it. It's probably going to take me about a year to get this cabin in shape to live in. That's my guess. Ideally, I'd really like to get it on solar, but I don't know that I can afford that at this time, so probably not. And it would be really nice to take it fully off grid, but I just don't think financially I can do that yet. But we are going to make it livable. The overall idea is that I will live in the cabin and rent out my house, which also needs a lot of work. And so I'll be working on that too. And then I don't have to save up quite as much money to travel. And I want to continue those travels down Mexico, Central America, and ultimately South America. But it's going to take a little while and a lot of work and some money. And I want to give you guys a heads up that the next video that's coming out is actually a video that I filmed like 5 years ago. In fact, the next 3 videos are going to be what I filmed 5 years ago on the Colorado Trail. Although part of it's going to be new, but you'll see. For whatever reason, I never got these videos edited. They are section 9, section 10, and section 11 of the Colorado Trail. And one of the things I'm going to be doing is continuing to hike the Colorado Trail. And I just can't hike those again. You'll see. That will also give me time to get settled into working again and make a schedule kind of plan around my work hours for doing videos, because I am continuing the videos, but it's going to take me a little bit to kind of get into a rhythm and have a schedule. And putting these 3 old videos out will do that. Now the second video that you will see, so 2 weeks from now, will be section 10 of the Colorado Trail, which I started 5 years ago, but only got it partially done. And so I actually went back to that section of the Colorado Trail last week and hiked the rest of it. And of course I filmed it. So the section 10 video will be old stuff and newly filmed stuff. But then there'll be an old video after that one. And then we'll start the new videos again. Besides the Colorado Trail videos, I have some trips planned. One of the first ones is going to be a place called Mosquito Pass. Once that opens, I don't actually think it's open yet because of snow. So we have to wait for that one to open, but I've got a whole bunch of other stuff. We're going to do some fishing. We're going to do some off-roading. We are going to do some gold panning. I'm very excited about that. Probably some rock hounding. And I'm going to do some cooking. And let me know what kind of videos you guys want to see. I do like to cook, and I do have some cooking videos planned. I mean, I guess if you're like, I hate cooking videos, I'm probably still gonna make them because I want to, and it's something I can do here in between work days. So we may be doing some of that. I'm thinking of doing some informational videos like how to car camp 101, how to backpack 101, how to be an outdoor person 101, stuff like that. I don't know if that's something anybody's interested in. Let me know. My videos are definitely going to be focusing on exploration, although you're going to see a fair amount of cabin rehab too, most likely. But exploring Colorado, Wyoming, Utah, although in the beginning here, especially the first few months, is going to be in Colorado because gas prices are outrageous and I'm just starting work again, so I don't have much in the way of extra cash at the moment to spend a lot on gasoline. So for the most part, we'll be staying local. I think I have worn out Tuck's patience. Are you tired of just sitting here waiting for Mom to figure out what she's doing with her life? Yeah. I do have to say that there's probably going to be a fair amount of videos with chainsawing and wood splitting because I have a lot of trees that either are down and need to be cut up or need to come down. So yeah, there's probably going to be a lot of that. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I'm forgetting to tell you guys. I probably should have written stuff down, but I didn't. So I don't remember. But I mainly just wanted to show you guys the cabin and introduce you guys to the cabin. And I'm pretty excited about fixing it up and getting moved in there, but it is going to take a little while. In the meantime, we're going to go on some adventures. And yeah, I will see you guys soon.